Hello, everybody. Bear with me. Welcome to another episode of Adult Sex Education. I just want to make sure you have a clear vision of me, fix a little lighting, and get positioned. Before we start this week's episode, it is a little shorter, so that's something exciting to look forward to. But yes, I'm really excited for this week's episode, so just bear with me while I make sure everything's everything. Give me 1 second. Just want to make sure we have good lighting so we can see the entire lesson. 1 more second. All right. I think we're good. No, let's go back up. Okay. I love you all so much, TiffTalkers. Thanks for being with me for this week's episode. I'm so excited because hi, Bryson. This week's episode is really important. So welcome. I'm going to give it a second for everybody to get settled. Then I'll do the official show intro and get right into this week's lesson. I'm sharing this link as I hope you all do too. So again, welcome to another episode of Adult Sex Education, hosted by me, Tiffany Ramm, also known as TiffTALKTV. So please subscribe if you have not, because every week is an educational topic that's really important. I'll get into the purpose of the show and the subject here in just a moment, the topic for today, the lesson for today in just a moment. But this is an opportunity for you to subscribe below, hit the like button, please, and then share. This week's topic is dental dams. Many of you don't know what they are or how to use them or why. And this week, I'm going to share with you what they are, how to use them, why we should be using them, and where do we find them, okay? So that's this week's lesson. Please share this, okay? I am going to do the same. I'm going to get on my phone for just a moment, share the live link with people who are interested, and then do the intro, get into the segment, and let's get going. Like I said, this week's lesson is actually pretty quick. So I'm going to try to keep it, to the point. So it's all, on your computers, your laptops, your phones, your iPads, your tablets, whatever you're using. Feel free to get on right now and share the link to this live episode. So I'm going to do the same. Share the link with folks because this is, like I said, a really important topic. Sorry, and as I say that, I'm going to also reach for a tissue because TiffTalk's having a little runny nose situation. So welcome. Sorry, I have to do that on camera because we're live. But welcome. I appreciate everyone who's here. Also, while we wait to get started, it'll just be a little moment. Please pop any of your questions on topic or off topic. If you have a question about dental dams, put them in here. I always go through the full lesson first, and then I come back and address all your comments. So please do not feel offended if you think I'm ignoring you. I'm not. I just like to get through the full lesson. Like I said, this week's lesson is pretty quick. And then answer any of your questions. If you've been here for the last few episodes and you have questions about something previously, feel free to ask that too. And or if there's something that you're like, wow, TiffTalk, you seem to really know how to teach this. I'm really getting it. This is helpful. Shoot me some questions about other other sexual questions or sexuality questions. Shoot them here, ask those questions here, or even post a topic that you're interested in that you'd like me to cover. Because again, I'm here for everybody's education. What I don't know, I will find out for you and we'll learn together. So I'm so appreciative that you're all here. Like I said, while you're here, if you would, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't already, turn on my notifications so you know when we're live. Hello, join the conversation. And then also hit the like button while you're in here and share. So I'm just so happy that everybody's in here. Like I said, I'm just sharing the link with people who might be interested. This topic is one of my favorite to teach because so many people have no idea what the heck I'm talking about. When I mention dental dams, they're like, what? Or they think it's some kind of like orthodontics, like orthopedic thing. And I'm like, no. So let's get into this topic so we can all learn something together. Still sharing the link. I hope you all are too. It's not hard. It only takes a few seconds. and we'll get started. I'm so happy to see how many people are in here. Just absolutely excited. I don't know if I've told you all this yet, but one of my favorite parts of the show is that if I don't have something that I'm demonstrating like on hand at the time, then I typically will purchase that for the demonstration, obviously. And this was one thing that is, you do have to order it. Unfortunately, it's not something as readily available as say like condoms or something. So that's why I said at the end, we're going to discuss where can you find these? Where can you find these? How do you get them? I really don't know. And I don't want to go into a whole discussion about why they're so hard to find, even though they're critical in sexual health. But instead I'd rather just educate you. So we'll do that today. Alrighty, I think I've shared with everybody I need to or want to share with for now that I can remember. So we'll just get started. Again, welcome. So let's do the formal welcome. Actually, before we do that, can I be a little girly? Let's put a little gloss real quick. Okay. Oh, so we can be cute while we teach about sexual health. All right. Cute. Okay. Welcome. If this is your first time, welcome to Adult Sex Education here on TiffTALKTV. I'm your host, Tiffany Ramm. TiffTALKTV as a platform is dedicated to sexual, mental, and physical health. Overall, as a platform, we're also dedicated to helping you be your best authentic self. There will be future shows coming in regards to different segments, Taboo Talk, and Wellness Wednesdays. So you can look forward to additional content on this platform. But for now, you can expect to have a live version of Adult Sex Education every Sunday. And then there will be additional videos that will be released here in the future as well. So Adult Sex Education as a segment on its own, this show is dedicated to helping people have healthy, safe sexual lives. Healthy, safe, pleasurable sexual lives. And so just because you're having sex doesn't mean you're doing it well, doesn't mean you're doing it safely. And so that's what we're here to do. I love learning about sex and sexuality. The things that I don't know, I'm happy to learn and then teach back to you. I do have a background in sexual education. I'm not currently like a certified practicing sexual educator per se, but I do have a background in sexual education. I have done certified sexual education in the past, and I'm a former teen clinic social worker and sexual health educator. So that's my background. And one thing that I'm very passionate about is dental dams. What? Dental dams are a barrier method when giving or receiving oral sex on the female vagina. Let me repeat that. Dental dams are a barrier method of protection from sexually transmitted infections when giving or receiving sexual pleasure, oral pleasure on the female vagina. Many of us have not heard of this because they are not readily sold in most places that you would buy, say, latex condoms. Most barrier method dental dams are latex, but you can get non-latex dental dams. And so today I'm going to teach you about dental dams. They're pretty self-explanatory in regards to use. So that's going to be a very fast demonstration. But I want to go over things to look for, how you find them, and why we're using them. Straight to the point. Why should you be using a barrier method of protection when participating in oral sex with a female vagina? Well, because any sexually transmitted infection that you can get from a penis per se, you can get from a vagina in your mouth. So any sexually transmitted infection that you can pretty much get in your vagina or on your penis, you can also transmit into your mouth or throat. So chlamydia and gonorrhea of the throat, herpes of the mouth or inside the mouth. So exterior of your mouth, say your lips, or inside your mouth, or your throat, devastating. Along with genital warts can then be transmitted to the mouth area. Then they're no longer genital warts. Now they're just warts. So most any sexually transmitted infection that you can get or transmit from the vagina and penis can also be transmitted from the vagina to your mouth. So you should be using a barrier method of protection when participating in oral sex with the female vagina. I know a lot of people didn't know that. They're like, gonorrhea of the mouth? What? So that's straight to the point. If you didn't know that, now you know. Okay. So dental dams are pretty straightforward, similar to a male condom. They're typically a latex, just a sheet. So I'm going to show you. Well, let's see. Let me get my my little display here together. So so that I can show you. I have two different kinds of dental dams here today to show you the variety. Again, most of them are latex, but you can get non-latex dental dams. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to move the camera back a little bit for our display. And let's come down here, friends, to look at what we're working with, okay? So two things that I'm walking through with the dental dam. Sorry, I'm going to put this here just so you're not distracted by my outfit while I demonstrate. Here is what we're working with. I have one here. This is like minty smelling. These come in little packages like this. This is like a bulk pack. This has 36 sheets just up in here. Okay. Woo! That's probably like if you're going to keep it in like your nightstand, somewhere safe, something like that, where you're not traveling a lot. These individually packed ones are better for like if you want to take them on the go or whatever. Okay. So there's variety, just like in latex condoms. What you should know about that is just like a latex condom, these can expire. So you should be checking your dental dams to make sure like, oh, this one is good until March 2025. And you can look because on this package down here, you can't really see because of my lighting situation. There's an expiration date. So anytime you're dealing with any kind of protection, especially latex protection, sexual protection, make sure you check your expiration dates. We learned that with condom use. Expiration dates. Before you even start taking it out of the package or putting it on your body, check those expiration dates. Same thing with this one because it's more in bulk. They're not individually packaged. Boom. You flip on the back of this package. Sorry, I'm trying to get your lighting here for y'all. Ugh, sorry. There you go. There's your expiration date. This one says January 2025. So I got quality, brand new, fresh, so new, so good dental dams. Now, this one's easier to use right here. All right. So you're going to pull your sheet out. It's literally a latex sheet, y'all. These ones are minty smelling too. Okay. You're going to have fresh breath when you're done, friends. Okay. Have your good playtime. And it is a sheet. See this? Boom. You can pull this to your pleasure over the vagina. Whatever position your partner is in, you know, there's all sorts of positions you can participate in playtime. And this is when the demonstration commences. You're going to lay this onto the vagina. You can stretch it, pull it tight if you want. Just lay it on there. And you push with your tongue and you have fun, friends. Whether you want to put your pressure of your lips against it, push through, whatever you want to do, however, whatever your technique is, friends, okay? So this is a barrier method between you and the vagina, the cookie, your fun spot, whatever you refer to it as, that's your business, okay? As one of my favorite influencers would say, Miss Tabitha, that's your business, okay? So you're going to do that. So this one's a little bit smaller. This is 6x6. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really know what 6x6 looked like when I ordered these. I think they have an 8x8 option. After personal use, of course, because you know when I do these demonstrations, I tell y'all I'll be trying to use them to see how they work out. I'm gonna tell you right now, this I would get the 8x8. Okay, so this is Smart Dam Cranberry brand right here. Get the 8x8. Okay. Weirdly enough, the 8x8 is like the same price. I think this is a personal preference. You lay this over the vagina, go to town. What also I realized, maybe if your partner, the vagina that you're participating in playing with, is a little hairy and you ain't so into the hairs, woo! This gonna get you, friend. This gonna help you out, okay? So besides protecting you from sexually transmitted infections in and around your mouth, so the external portion of your mouth, your lips and whatnot, and then inside your mouth and your throat, this is gonna give you protection from some hairs. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. And then this option, these ones say they taste like grape. Now I'm not here to endorse any brand. This is not a brand situation. These ones say they're scented and flavored like grape. When I tell you I pulled out the package, I was like, ooh, friend, these smell delicious. Yummity, yum, 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 yum. It smells delicious. It tasted like nothing. Okay. So let me tell you right now, maybe other ones, maybe I just got a bad batch. But again, before you participate, check that expiration date. You're going to pull this out. This is a sheet. This is a little bigger. I think this is like 8x5 maybe or something like that. This one was my preference. This one's latex, this brand, and I think it's the Trust brand, is a little thinner actually. It pulls more, gives you a little more variety. It smells amazing. Ooh, I wish you had smell vision so you smell this grape. It smelled like grape bubble gum. When I first opened it up, I wanted to like eat it. I thought I would like put it in my mouth like some like chewing gum, and I was like, Tiffany, that's not a good idea. Don't do that, girl. But it smelled delicious. Okay, so you're gonna pull it out of the package. You put it over your female partner's vagina or vaginal area. I'm gonna say pelvic area. That's more appropriately the actual area you're gonna cover. Pull it over. Get to town, friends. Now, some of you are saying, Tiffany, doesn't the latex reduce sensation, all that good stuff? Let me tell you, when I tell you, I used it. I received with this dental dam, you know, my partner, one of my partners helped me out. You know what I'm saying? So we used it to make sure that I'm being honest with y'all in regards to this, okay? Because I'm gonna be honest, you know, I haven't participated in oral sex with a woman in a very, very long time. So it had been a while, and I was like, I don't remember. So I don't. It's been a long time, okay, with a female partner. So I went ahead and did a little practice for my other partners, and yes, when I tell you, this sensation was fantastic. It actually adds a little oomph of like, ooh, that's naughty, right? Like. So that's just where my mind went. I was like, oh, this is different, but it felt good. It didn't reduce sensation at all, not for me. And like I said, particularly ladies, also, if you're like me and you don't feel particularly fresh all the time, even though you know you are like, oh, I cleaned and I'm fine, but I just, you know, sometimes your pH just be having its own little ordeal that day, and you're just like, oh, I don't know. The grape smell, ooh, it keeps your partner engaged. And then two, it says it's flavor, but it really just doesn't taste like anything. You don't have to worry about if you're gonna like maybe not taste so good that day. Maybe your pH is a little off and you're like, ooh, what if I taste a little sour or whatever? It takes that little paranoia out of there because your partner is just tasting this. Right? Okay. And like I said, then it adds a little element of freak nasty to me. Like, ooh, fun. Like you just got it's just a little different experience. It's protecting you from sexually transmitted infections. It adds a little oomph. To me, instead of taking away from the experience, I felt like it kind of added to the experience personally. So I was like, okay, all right, little dental dam, get it done. So like I said, it doesn't really take as much demonstration as it would on, you know, the condom demonstrations very involved. There's a lot of steps. This one is personal preference. Again, really, I don't have a pelvic demonstrator right now, but eventually I will. You do want to make sure that you're covering everywhere that could possibly be, you know, infected. So that is any place your face would go on the vaginal area, which is why really you want to get this like in there, friends. Like you really want to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like you're trying to prevent yourself from getting an infection from there to here. So get in there. Safety first. So really, dental dams, how to use them. Check the expiration date. Keep them somewhere cool and dry and dark. Check the expiration dates and then pull them out, use them. As soon as you're done, boom, throw it away. What you do not want to do is flip it over and then use it again on the other side. Now you just put the infection side on your face, and now that defeated the whole purpose. Ugh. So don't do that. All right. So that's the lesson on how to use them. Let's recap why we would use them: to prevent from sexually transmitted infections, because anything you can get from a vagina and a penis, you can get them on the exterior, your lips, in your face, in your mouth, and in your throat, friends. So just know that, all right? So that's really the basics of dental dams. Now, what you need to know, unfortunately, you're not going to find this at CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, probably Target, none of those places. You have to order them online. For whatever reason, dental dams are considered like a specialty sexual product. Again, I'm not going to get into the specifics of why that's just a problem. And a lot of people think they're expensive. They're not. I got this 12 pack for like $7, $8. This 36 pack for like $12 on Amazon. Okay. So you can get them other places, but I will even say this, even your traditional sex shops, lingerie shops, Snyder's, a lot of places do not have them. So at this point, thank God for Amazon, because it's the fastest, easiest way to get them. I got mine next day, all different brands, flavors, tastes, latex and non-latex. For those of you who are allergic. Now, here's where we need to be responsible sexual partners. Please ask your partner if they're allergic to latex prior to putting on any condoms or dental dams. Please make sure your partner is not allergic to latex before you start putting a big latex sheet onto their body. Then you'll have other problems. Okay, friends? So let me reapply this gloss because those dental dams tore it up. Let me tell you, I was getting in there, right? Okay, friends. So I was getting in there, friends. I was. Okay. So yes, always make sure you ask your partner if they're allergic to anything, if they're going to have any irritation when using latex, if they have a non-latex preference. And again, you can buy latex and non-latex dental dams. Please, friends, please practice safe oral sex, just like you would are hopefully practicing safe penetration sex. And that's that. Okay. So I'm going to jump in these comments. I see all you friends. Hey, friends. I'm so excited. So I'm going to take your questions. I was trying to think if I could do a giveaway or whatever. This pack is not individual like I thought it was. I was already going to give away 30 of these, but it's like one bulk thing. So maybe one person who wants 30. And then I think I have, like I said, we've been using these for practice purposes. So I think I have like 8 of these left. To be honest, I'm not going to give them away on YouTube because I haven't quite really figured out how to do all that. Please go follow me on Instagram if you have Instagram. And DM me if you would like. I'm going to give away 2. So to 4 lucky people, I'm going to give away 2 dental dams. DM me your address and say, I want dental dams on TiffTALKTV, and I will mail you some dental dams. Boom, giveaway. First 4 people who DM me their address, I will mail you some dental dams. Come on, friends. Okay. So easy topic tonight, easy lesson. And I'm going to get to your questions here. Sorry, I think someone texted me a question. Let me get in here and answer your questions. Let me get you closer to me so I can, read everybody. If you can't see my shirt, it says, do more what makes you happy. That's what I'm about, y'all. That's how I live my life. And doing this show really, truly makes me happy, educating us all on how to have safe, pleasurable sexual lives. Safe, healthy, pleasurable, sexy lives. That's what I'm about. So yes, let me get in here and address some questions. I'm looking at you, Slam Newton, if you're still in here. True Freeman, is that a sexual product, a position, or something completely unrelated to tonight's topic? Can you specify what you're asking me? Because at the top of my head, True Freeman, I don't know what that is. Is that a brand of something or whatever? So, just let me know and I will respond. Yeah, here's the thing. Yeah, Miss Divas, we'll get into that another day. But Miss Divas wrote a comment about being excited about today because so many people give negative pushback about using dental dams. Listen, I'm going to tell you all this. If someone gives you pushback on using condoms or dental dams, that's probably not the partner for you. One of my next episodes coming up very soon is the myths about sexually transmitted infections and the idea of being clean. Listen, until we're both tested, and we've been tested maybe twice in a 6-month period of time, I'm not really comfortable with you taking that condom off or you putting, just sharing all these germs with you both ways. You really just don't know. So that's a whole nother lesson. But listen, you can get these infections on your mouth, in your mouth, like on your lips, in your mouth, in your face, in your mouth, in your throat. If you're not about trying to prevent infections, then maybe you're not the partner for me. But again, Tiff Talk's a mature sexual partner. I like to participate in safe sex myself. So that's what turns me on. Okay. Again, if you propose it and you have them available and someone's like, nah, I don't need that, I'm gonna get in there, I'd be like, ooh, who else are you getting in there on, friend? You know, like a lot of partners who would like try to, you know, have sex with me without a condom, I'd be like, bro, who else? Bro or female, hello. Or non-gender conforming friends or transgender friends that I also, you know, anyway, so that conversation, okay? So, but if you're trying to have unprotected sex with me, that's a sign you probably do that with other people. And that's a sign that maybe you're not the partner for me. Okay. So yeah, I'm very anti. If I give you the protection, I provide it, and you're still like, no, no, thank you, I don't need that, I'd be like, but you do. Okay. So, but you do. That's why I'm giving it to you, because I want us to use it. So yes, don't hesitate. Please feel empowered in your healthy sexual choices. Let's see, keep going. Yes. Yes, Bryson, many people have not seen a dental dam. They're like, what is that? So so yeah, dental dams are very uncommonly talked about. And again, if you just Google dental dams, please make sure maybe to put like dental dams, vaginal use. There is an item called dental dam that dentists actually use in regards to like opening your mouth during a dental procedure. So that's also maybe where some confusion comes through. You kind of do have to know what you're looking for. Excuse me. So even on like Amazon, we type in dental dams, like put like female vaginal dental dams or whatever. And they'll pop right up. It's not hard to find at all. Like I said, I found them in like 30 seconds. I ordered them next day. They were here. So they're not hard to find when you know what you're looking for. Like I said, size wise, I would say go by like for an 8x8 option. I typically do not encourage flavored. Like I said, these said they were flavored and they still didn't taste like anything. They don't taste like extremely latexy like a male condom. They're way thinner latex for whatever reason, probably because they're not actually experiencing the thrusting, like gyrating, you know, pressure of actually like pelvic sex, you know, or whatever. So penetration sex. So they're definitely much thinner. And that's why I think like I didn't lose any sensation when using them, because they're such a thin latex. It's actually very pleasurable. So yes, please go Google them, check them out, look at them. Like I said, they're very easy to use. They're easy to order. Keep them in a dry, dark, cool place, like in a drawer. Don't carry them around like in your back pocket or in backpacks that go outside in hot weather. Okay. Let's see. Fun stuff. I will say this to your comment about ain't no grown man using them. You're not that grown if you're not using them. If a woman offers you a dental dam and you're like, nah, I don't need that, you're very immature. And again, I wouldn't trust you. Now, again, if you're not going out of your way to order them, that's your personal choice. But if a partner provides them for you and you're just like, nah, girl, I'm not doing that, that shows me you're not mature. So to me, a grown man is willing to use a dental dam, which is why my partners have used them. Okay. Like I said, someone helped me out using them today. And I was like, okay. So, I mean, today, I mean, yesterday, I mean, another day. Anyways, that's my business. But how grown are you truly if you don't care about your sexual health and you don't respect your partner's choices? If your partner offers you a dental dam and you deny, that shows that you're not very respectful of what they're wanting. They're providing you a safety measure and you're declining it. Again, I'm just letting y'all know this is how grown people really enjoy consensual sex. For those of you who are maybe in FetLife situations, you participate in FetLife, in fetish lifestyles or FetLife programs or groups. Group play already knows this. They provide stuff like this. They ask you to bring your own. So people who are really that freaky, beyond most people's understanding of freaky, they participate in this and it's encouraged. So people who really are in fetish lifestyles, dental dams wasn't a new concept. We know. All right. Truly grown people, people who are participating with multiple partners, who play with multiple partners, who maybe live a multiple partner lifestyle. This is common knowledge. We practice safety, consensual, healthy, fun sex. Okay. So again, grown men should be using dental dams because that's how I would determine that you've grown. But that's just me. Let's see. Sorry, I'm getting to the rest of your questions. I think people are, again, dental dams, unfortunately, are considered like just it's less common. I think it's why they don't stock them in stores. And outside of like maybe your 8th or 9th grade sexual education class, people aren't talking about dental dams. So they're just not readily available in stores for whatever reason. I don't consider them accessory. Like I said, if you are participating in like a fet life kind of lifestyle or in a multiple partner play situation, or you participate in group play or a swinger lifestyle, this is language that's readily used. You're asked to bring your own protective gear. And you know, in that lifestyle, you have these readily available, which is why it was so easy for me to find and get them and order them. Because again, I participate sometimes in alternative sexual lifestyle activities. So again, if you're mature and you believe in healthy, safe sexual activity, this isn't like a negative thing. Okay. This is common knowledge. But again, that's why we're having adult sex education, because there's so many people out here who think just because I'm having sex, I know what I'm doing. Just because I'm having sex, I'm an expert on sex. Just because I like to have a lot of sex, I'm good at sex. I know a lot about sex. No. Just because you might be having a lot of sex or you like to have a lot of sex with a lot of different people doesn't mean necessarily you're an expert. Doesn't mean you're doing it right or healthy or safe or the safest. So this is what we're here to do. Not necessarily a judgment, but adult sex education is here to empower you and help you make the best, safe, healthy, pleasurable sexual choices you can possibly make. So again, you didn't lose any sensation. I really enjoyed using the dental dam. Like I said, it kind of adds a little flair to the experience. And for men who maybe hesitate, ladies with vaginas, men and women who may or non-gender conforming partners, for those of you who may like hesitate to give vaginal oral sex, because so many people say, I don't do that. This is a way to kind of eliminate some of those barriers. You don't have to worry about necessarily all the juices getting on you, it tasting a certain kind of way, it getting up all up in here. If you don't like hair, you don't have to worry about it getting all up in there. If you do like hair, again, then I hope you're getting tested with your partners before you participate in face to hair skin contact. Again, anything that you can get in the penis and vagina, you can get on your mouth, lips, in your mouth, and in your throat. So I hope you're getting tested, practicing safe sex, because again, oral sex is sex in regards to you can contact sexual transmitted infections that way. So again, you might not be able to get pregnant that way, but you definitely can transmit infections that way. Also keep in mind, partners receiving oral sex, if your partner has herpes simplex complex, aka cold sores on their mouth, and they give you oral sex, that just transfers. It's just a different word essentially. Herpes simplex complex on your face, we refer to as cold sores, is essentially herpes simplex complex on your vagina. Okay, so these cold sores can turn into herpes on your vagina. Okay, so keep that in mind. And sometimes you don't always see the open sore when someone can still be contagious. It's very misleading. You might not necessarily need to have the open sore there for you to contract the infection. Or it might just look like a hair bump, or like, you know, you're like, oh, that's just dry skin, and you didn't realize that it's a cold sore. And now they're giving you oral sex, and now you have herpes on your vagina. So, you know, herpes simplex complex on your vagina. So it goes both ways. It's, again, to protect both partners, helping us make mature, healthy, safe sexual choices. And again, sexually transmitted infections, the misconception, this whole concept of clean, that's a whole nother lesson that we'll get into another day. But yes, I believe that dental dams is a mature choice, and that real men use dental dams. I'm gonna make that like a little slogan. Maybe I'll make a little sticker. Let's see the rest of your questions before we get out of here. I don't know what you mean, Carlton, by taking chances and swallowing an STD. That really is concerning. I hope you got treatment. I hope it was something that was treatable. And this is not sex STD and STI, sexually transmitted infections. Not all of them are diseases. Most of them are just infections or viruses. But not to shame you, but I hope that you got treatment and you took that as a learning experience, and would encourage you to use dental dams in the future. Let's see. No, yeah, the ones in the big box are not individually wrapped, which is why I'm not giving them away, because I'm like, bro, I just put my hands all over this. And I didn't know that when I bought them. I actually did think they were individually wrapped until they came and I opened them and I was like, well, lesson learned, okie dokie. So anyways, so yeah, I guess I'm using these 36 for the future. Okay. Fun time for me. But yeah, the wrapped ones are definitely the ones I'll be giving away. So yeah, hit me up on IG, inbox me. I want dental dams and your address, and boom, you will get some dental dams. Oh no, Bryson. Yes. Bryson, maybe if you'll share, will you tell people the state that you lived in when you received sexual health education? Yes, your sexual health education, probably somewhere between 8th and 9th grade, was likely very limited based on your state laws. Every state has different laws in regards to what type of sexual education you will receive, what information you're allowed. And some states do still push abstinence-only sexual education, which is a huge problem for anybody who's actually done any sexual health education research. Abstinence-only curriculums actually do not prevent sexual activity, actually are kind of linked to research in regards to the same or increased number of teen pregnancies and sexually transmitted infections. And so the data shows that, a all-inclusive teaching, barrier method, pregnancy prevention and Planned Parenthood in your full comprehensive sexual education is actually what helps reduce teen pregnancy rates and sexually transmitted infection rates. So again, not telling people to have sex, but if you choose to have sex, to make sure that you're choosing a birth control method that works best for you and a barrier method that helps you prevent infections. So but yeah, Bryson, if you'll tell us what state, Texas. Yes. Okay. Yes. So Texas actually is a state that is very well known for more years than not. I don't know if they've actually ever had a full comprehensive sexual education program. They are one of the states that still do, in most parts of the state, push a abstinence-only sexual health education program. So you probably were not taught about any barrier methods in regards to, condoms or dental dams. You probably weren't taught a lot about any of the birth control methods. Or about your body really in general. So, they probably did just talk about puberty and your body's going to change and that's about it. So it really leaves, young people at a disadvantage and really at risk for infections. Let's see. Sorry, addressing the rest of your questions. So let's see. Oh, okay. So Carlton's actually spreading misinformation. Carlton, I believe, actually was making a joke in regards to I always just, have oral sex with women and vaginas without using a barrier method, and I just swallow the STD. That's not a thing. Again, anything, I think a lot of people think my mouth is an antiseptic, I'm going to swallow it, and my stomach's going to destroy the virus and all the germs. No, that's not really how that happens. Similar like how you get the flu and strep throat, your mouth is actually very warm. It's a petri dish for a lot of germs, actually. While it is semi-antiseptic, you can actually still get infections in your mouth. And no, you don't just swallow it down. You can have residual infections still in your mouth or inside your mouth and in your throat. They can fester there. In addition to, again, you're not protected from herpes simplex virus or genital warts from getting on your face. I say this all the time. The pictures that you usually Google about genital warts and herpes are usually the extreme versions. Most of them do not look that extreme. Otherwise, I assume you wouldn't be probably, having sexual interaction with these people. If you saw someone having a big, humongous, out of control, very obvious outbreak, they're usually a lot more subtle. Like I said, a lot of times genital warts really just look like skin bumps or like an ingrown hair or something like that. So it's not as identifiable as you would think, especially if you're a sexual person who only participates in with the lights off or whatever. You probably won't be able to see some of these things that we think, are obvious. So, and no, you don't just swallow the infection. That's not how that works. So it's just not science. You can have those things on your mouth, your lips, inside your mouth and in your throat. And those infections can grow there. Again, Google it, gonorrhea of the throat. It's not good. And you don't want that. So yes, practicing a barrier method is highly encouraged. Again, it's your choice. But I'm here to educate you on the safe, healthy, pleasurable sexual relationships. So if you choose not to participate in using dental dams, that's your business. But just know Tiff Talk encouraged you to do so. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, that's unfortunate, Carlton, in regards to the limited sexual education. Again, I come from a state that's pretty liberal in regards to sexual education, which is why I think I was, just at an advantage as a young person to really be aware of myself and be curious. I grew up in a very sexually aware family that was pretty open about talking about sex. And like I said, I grew up in a state where we had full comprehensive sexual education. So we did talk about birth control methods, how to use condoms properly. I think both in, I want to say 8th grade and 10th grade, we had sexual education, comprehensive sexual education both times. So I just felt like that was a little more helpful. I definitely still know, like as a teen, I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what was going on, but I definitely felt a little more empowered than say maybe someone who had never heard of condoms before or never heard of any birth control methods before. So it's unfortunate, but that's another reason we're here with adult education. These are things that some of us never were exposed to and weren't aware of. So that's why we're here to learn together. In the future, yeah, some of these lessons are gonna get a little kink, nasty, freaky, weird to some of y'all, but for some of us, it's pretty basic. And I'll get into mention here in just a moment some of the episodes you can look forward to coming up in the future. But I definitely wanted to start with things that people think are very basic, like condom use. Many of y'all aren't doing it right. You are not doing it right. Okay. And lubricant, broke that down. I got so many texts from all of you talking about, I didn't know, Tiff. I didn't know there was this many different kinds of lube. So really this many, and then 5 is obviously a hybrid version, but that's why we're here. So we can learn together, make the best decisions for ourselves to have healthy, pleasurable sexual lives. Let's see the rest of your comments. I'm going to get in here, address them, tell you some things you can look forward to. And then I will get out of here. We should keep this lesson real, friendly, short. It was really easy. Dental dams are pretty straightforward. Oh, okay, cool. So I think I addressed everybody's comments and questions. Like I said, during these lives, you're welcome to mention any topics you'd like me to cover in the future, ask any other miscellaneous questions. You're always welcome to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, all social media platforms. I am most easy to contact on Instagram, so feel free to follow me on all platforms at TiffTALKTV. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and then share with a few friends. Always helpful. Turn on my notifications if you like interacting live, so you know when we are live. You can write me questions and comments there. So yes, topics you can look forward to. Some of the future topics will include, most of my classes include some kind of demonstration. So in the future, you can look forward to men and women who have hip issues. We're going to go over like positions that are best for people, sexual positions that are best for people who maybe have low back issues, how to accommodate back issues if you have knee issues, those kinds of things. So there's going to be a whole like class session about accommodating health issues during sex, sexual positions, male and female. And non-gender conforming friends, there are ways to accommodate this all ways. So I know some people complain of back issues. Maybe you don't have really open hips. That becomes an issue for people, like I can't do certain positions, or it's painful when I do this position. And so going over things like that, yoga for men and women and non-conforming friends and transgender friends, in regards to yoga that can improve circulation and sexual activity. A lot of people don't realize that a good portion of sexual barriers that we experience have to do with circulation, having good blood flow. And yes, yoga, when done properly, not just for aesthetic purposes or not just a stretch here or there, but on a regular basis, about 10 to 20 minutes of some kind of flow that incorporates low back stretching, and in addition to hip openers, help improve overall blood circulation and improve sexual activity. Again, anywhere between your endurance and also your circulation and your blood flow overall. So these are some of the things that just a lot of people do not understand. A lot of us don't know about our actual body. We're going to learn a little bit about our actual anatomy, things like that. So things you can look forward to in the show, breaking down sexual positions. Like I said, yoga to improve sexual libido, natural supplementation to increase your sex life, your sex drive, all of that. So again, adult sex education is for all of that, to improve and help us have healthy, pleasurable, safe sexual relationships. Again, hit the subscribe button, like and share. I'll see you next time on TiffTalk TV.